Poppin', man. Hudro React back for another video. Gonna be reacting to a Wall Street Journal video. Why so many young men are turning Republican. I wouldn't say I'm a Republican. I would definitely say I'm a conservative though. It's difficult being a black man, being a Republican, because it's not, we are the minority. Like, a majority of black American men are a certain category. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to bring my own people down, but a majority of black American men are with the Republican movement. A majority of black American men aren't with the progressiveness of the country. I don't think a lot of young, especially black American men, are even politically conscious or politically educated enough to know the difference between the Republican and the Democratic Party, because these things, they affect us, but they don't affect us directly. You know, whether the Democrats is in the House or the Republicans in the House, I'm still trying to go drink a 40. I'm still trying to go get a black and mild, toting my 40, whether or not the Democrats is in office or the Republicans is in office. I think it's not really that important, like, to black American people or black American men, young men, because regardless, I'm still gonna do my hood shit. I'm still gonna do my ghetto shit. I'm still gonna do what I do. So I think that gives incentive black people to just not even care about what's going on. Anyways, man.
2008, 58% of young people lean Democratic. 2012, 53%. And in the last two major election years, that percentage held steady at 55%. But in 2023, that number dipped below 50% for the first time since 2005. And you'll notice right here, they've started to lean more Republican. And that's partly because of one specific group: young men. Young men have increased their support of the Republican Party from 35% to 48%, a 13 percentage point increase in just 7 years. And this is a new trend.
I wonder why that is, though. Me personally, I've identified with Republican values and conservative values. I've identified with these values since I was a young kid. But I've always kind of leaned toward the Democratic Party because it's just where my family has been. You know, I wasn't in the hood because I wanted to be in the hood. I was in the hood because that's where my family was at. You know, like, I don't agree with promiscuous women, but 95% of the women in my family are promiscuous women. So it's like, although I don't partake in these things and I don't agree with these things, still my family is involved, so I'm still around it, I'm still seeing it. But I'm the only person, like, of my family who's even politically conscious or politically aware. You know, the rest of my family, they're not even, like, I'm weird to them because I'm politically conscious, you know? Like, I'm the one who knows, you know, the difference between the three branches of the government. So I'm the one that's weird in my family. The rest of my family isn't politically conscious, politically aware, politically educated at all. So I don't know, but yeah, I've been this way since I can remember, since a young man.
2020 exit polls show that young men backed Biden by 15 percentage points. A February 2024 Wall Street Journal poll found they favored Trump by 14 percentage points. And this loss of young male voters is a major issue for the Democratic Party going into November. The question now, can Kamala Harris bring some back?
I think, let me tell you, I think the Biden, because they adhered to the softer LGBT crowd, the transgender, they adhere to that crowd. And when you're talking to young straight men, it's like, we don't, you know what I mean? We want to be strong. We don't want to be inclusive of everybody. Like, there's a hierarchy, I think. And young men, we want to be at the top of the hierarchy, you know? Like, and for someone to be at the top of the hierarchy, there has to be a bottom of the hierarchy, which means young men believe, and we know somebody's got to be at the top. Somebody's got to be at the bottom. And the Biden administration doesn't want that. They want everyone to be on the same level. No, you have strong people and you have weak people. Not everyone is together. Like, everyone together, everyone equal, that's like some communist shit. Like, bruh, everyone is not equal. Like, people gonna hate me for saying that or whatever, I don't care. But everyone is not equal, dog. Like, you have the top people at the top, you have the people in the middle, and you have the people on the bottom. And it's this way for a reason. If we make everybody the same, then it's kind of like, bro, what are we doing? What are we even living for at that point? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why people kind of drifted away from the Biden administration. Young men.
Here's what's driving young men to support.
Women definitely fuck with this. My last time pausing it real quick. Women definitely fuck with that idea because women want it to be easier for them to get into these positions. They don't want to work that as hard as everyone else. They would just want everyone to be equal. Because if you're sitting here working hard every day, she can't keep up. Weak people can't keep up. But really, they should just start working hard every day. So they want to create this level playing field when in reality, they should just go harder. You dig what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Republicans and what it could mean for the presidential election to come.
America great again.
When we ask young voters, what issue is most important to you when you go to cast a vote? Among young men, it's the economy. Among young women, it's abortion.
17% of men say the economy is the most important issue, followed by democracy and immigration. Whereas for young women, the top issue is abortion.
Stop getting abortions. Stop having sex. That way, you don't have to get abortions every month. If you don't have sex with random people every day, every week, every month, every year, we won't have to worry about abortions. But you keep having so much sex. You keep having so much sex. Why are you having so much sex? That is the only people getting abortions. Women who get married, they don't get abortions. Women who are in healthy relationships, they don't get abortions. Miscarriages might happen. Okay, cool. I understand. But a majority of the women getting abortions are just promiscuous women who have a lot of sex and they get pregnant. When you have a lot of sex, you get pregnant. And it's like, bro, it's so irresponsible. It's so irresponsible to, I gotta be careful with it. It's so irresponsible to have that kind of power and sit here and erase it. Like, you have the chance to carry a child, a life. You have the chance to carry a life, and instead you kill it. You murder it because you're not ready to have a baby, because you have an unprotected sex at a time period where you're financially unstable. So now this soul who was supposed to come to this realm through your body, now this soul has to go back and find another body, which is, I feel like, bro, it's so irresponsible. Abortion needs to be regulated heavy. Abortion needs to be regulated heavy. In the Biden administration, they focus so much on abortion and not the economy, which is why women were happy. Women love Kamala. Women love Joe Biden because he's for the abortion. But they don't like Trump because Trump not for abortion. Trump is for the economy. Trump is for everybody having money. He's not for everybody being happy, which I'm for too.
By a lot.
Why is this happening? Well, we put the reasons into two different buckets. One is the life experiences that young men and young women are having. Those life experiences are diverging.
Young men without a college degree have seen the greatest decline in labor force participation. Meanwhile, a record 87% of college-educated women are in the workforce. And today, women make up 60% of college graduates.
This division that we're seeing between young men and young women, it goes beyond who they're going to vote for Congress or president. It goes to a range of policy issues. So then let's look at what the government is offering. The Biden administration has moved to forgive federally funded student loans. That affects young women more than young men.
During the 2019-2020 school year, 49% of female undergraduate students took out loans, compared to only 42%.
me tell you, bro. Females, they not only taking out student loans, they taking out student loans, they taking out credit card loans, they taking out car loans. They represent, I don't even know the percentage, so I'm not even going to speak on that, but they represent not only a majority of the people who are graduating, but a majority of the debt comes, the majority of the debt from the country comes from women.
Of male undergraduates, and 66% of all student debt is carried by women.
The young women favored forgiving student loans by 45%.
Absolutely not. You're not going to go to school for free and then let it be forgiven? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? They think we're supposed to just these people think we're supposed to just take care of them. Like they're supposed to just be taken care of. No! Work hard. You went to school. Work hard. Get your debts paid back. Why are you begging the government for forgiveness? Get a job, you bum.
Points. The young men were about equally divided. I mean, that's a big difference.
Meanwhile, young men support extending Trump's tax cuts by 23 percentage points, which cut the corporate tax rate and reduced some individual income tax.
And now, because of our tax cuts, you can keep more of your hard-earned money.
But women oppose the proposed extension by 20 percentage points, a full 43-point difference.
That's data that goes like this. Young men headed in one direction and young women in the other. That's a big difference. Data.
That's how it is really in today's society. Like in 2025, right now it's February 12, 2025. A lot of real niggas and a lot of real women, a lot of real men and a lot of real women are separating because it's coming to a point where I don't have to adhere to your standards because I'm good without you. So if I'm good without you, why would I adhere to your standards so we can be together when we don't have to be together? You did one, which is, it is what it
does not usually segment young voters that remarkably. This is something new.
Which brings us back to this chart. 22% of young female voters say abortion is their number one issue in this election, a key aspect of Harris's campaign.
We trust women to make decisions about their own body.
That is the problem. That is the problem. Why are we trusting women to make decisions about their own body? Why are we trusting them? They're obviously not trustworthy. So why are we giving them trust with their own body when they are themselves are not trustworthy? Every woman is not trustworthy. Like, we have to stop believing them just because they are. That is special treatment. Women do not deserve special treatment. If you want to go get surgery, cool. If you want to go cut your hair, cool. If you want to go get plastic surgery on your face, cool. But if you want to take a life, no. That's where we draw the line. And there has to be a line drawn somewhere. Women don't want the line to be drawn. They want to just be able to do whatever they want to do. No, Trump is not going for that. The Trump administration is not going for that. We are not going for that. This is America. You're going to follow rules if you want to be here. There's no doing whatever you want. They want the immigrants to just come here and do whatever they want. They want the Jewish people to do shit under secretly. They want women to be able to kill babies whenever they want. No, there has to be structure. And if you don't follow the rules, go to Europe, go to Canada, go somewhere else. But here in America, the greatest country ever, you're gonna follow rules.
3% of young male voters said the same. And young men and women stacked up differently on other issues as well. With immigration, Trump's policies are much more likely to be supported by men than women. Men support deploying troops at the border by 10 percentage points, whereas women oppose this policy by 15 points. And when it comes to building the wall, one of Trump's key immigration policies, men are only slightly leaning towards opposition, but women overwhelmingly oppose it. These gaps are hard to explain just by differences in lived experience, which brings us to the second thing that explains the gap between young men and women.
What are the candidates and what are the parties saying to young voters? Donald Trump and the Republican Party are putting out a lot of messages expressly intended to appeal to young men. Donald Trump has gone to Ultimate Fighting Championship matches. He recently appeared on the podcast of Logan Paul. He went to a sneaker convention to sell his own brand of sneakers.
We got to get young people out to vote.
These are audiences that are overwhelmingly male and overwhelmingly filled with young men. And it's a way that Donald Trump and his campaign have been saying, hey, young men, I'm with you. I'm on the same page as you. I understand you.
That feels like a warm hug. Those words feel like a warm hug to me. Like, I'm here because young men, young women, they get everything. They get college tuition, they get abortion rights, they get loans. If they homeless, they get houses. But young men, the world doesn't care about you unless you're a man that's established or you're a woman. Unless you're a man that's established, a woman, a senior citizen, or a child, the world doesn't care about you unless you're one of these four. If you're just a regular man, a regular young man, you haven't established yourself yet, dog, the world is so cold. Nobody, your own mother won't love you. Your own friends, like, that time period of your life, the time period of your life as a young man is so important because it's really gonna set who you are for the rest of your life. So if you go hard, then you can expect to have a better experience, a more favorable experience when you are older, when you're in your 30s, when you're in your 40s. But if you're messing up, if you following trends, if you growing up playing around when you young, then expect your life to be hard when you get older. Blame the government. It's your choices. You chose to do whatever you wanted while you were young, right? And when you get older, now you're filing for Social Security. Now you're struggling and you're blaming, you're pointing the finger when in reality, it's you. You're the reason you're a bum. It's not the government. It's not anybody's responsibility to take care of you. It's your responsibility to take care of you. Boom! Man, that's the end of this video. Final thoughts, bro. We have to place rules and regulations on women's reproductive rights. I understand you want to get 25 abortions a month. I understand, but that is not okay. Especially in the black, let me say this, especially in the black community, dog. In the black community, there are more deaths from abortion than any other way of death. There's more abortions than any other way of death, bro. My mom got abortions. My aunts got abortions. My brother got abortion. He took women to the abortion. In the black community, abortion is so normal. Abortion is like a flu shot in the black community. It's not, and it should be looked at as more serious. It should definitely be looked at as something more serious, but it's not in the black community. We just go get abortions. We just go take Plan Bs. We just eat Percocets. We just drink Hennessy. We just drink Casamigos. We just do whatever the hell we want. Which is why we're at the bottom of the totem pole. Damn, look at my shit. I was foaming this shit. We just do whatever we want, bro. Which is why we're at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. We have no structure. There's no structure. Everybody just does whatever they want in the black community. There is no structure. There's no rules. There's no regulation. If I wanted to go to a black community right now and take sex from a woman, the police would, of course, arrest me, right? And I would definitely go to jail, and rightfully so, right? But the black community won't do anything to me. I'll go to jail, rightfully so. I belong there if that's what I'm doing. The black community won't do anything to me, bro. I ain't with it, bro. I'm going, calling me lame, calling me weird, calling me corny, call me whatever the fuck you want. Can't call me broke, bitch.